What if I told you there was a way to increase your purchasing power when you're buying a multifamily property, meaning you qualify for more? I just had a client who was trying to buy a 4-unit building and he was stuck at 400K because he thought that because of this one rule that he didn't know existed, it limited him to only a $400,000 max purchase price. But after teaching him what I'm going to show you in this video, he was able to go from 400 and buy a 4-unit building at almost $550,000. That's a $150,000 increase simply because of this one guideline. And of course, he didn't know. But that's why when you work with a lender that knows these things, it could really help you get into the properties that you want to get into. So if you're looking to house hack and you want to buy a 4-unit, 3-unit property, this is going to be a video for you. It's a triple play when you're buying these multifamily properties. Tenants pay your mortgage, you live for free, you get the appreciation and all the tax benefits. It's really, really powerful. So I'm going to talk about future rental income, the one thing that could be the key for you to increase how much you could qualify for. Okay. Now, the way it works is that we use the rental income from the other units that you are not occupying towards the income on your application. That's what helps us qualify you, okay? This increases your purchasing power, and we use a 75% rule, meaning we don't take the gross rents, they'll just take 75% of the gross rents and factor that in. The reason why is because they want to do that for vacancies, okay? An example of this is, let's say the appraiser says, hey, I can give you guys, you can probably get $4,000, or you are currently going to get $4,000 as the new owner from the other units. They'll take 75% of that. That's $3,000. That's going to be used for the loan qualification. Here's a real example of what that looks like. So in appraisal reports, they're going to have a section where they'll actually outline the current rental income coming in on the building. So you'll see here on the left-hand side the expiration date of lease agreements. Number one, this is really important. When you're buying a multifamily property, you have to tell the underwriters where or what unit are you occupying. Because if the lease agreements don't line up, there's not an expiration date within 60 days of you occupying, because that's the rule, then the underwriters are going to have a problem with that. And they're going to want to see that the tenant's actually breaking their lease and leaving early, if that's the case. So remember, number one, you got to be buying a property where one of the tenants are moving out that you could occupy their unit, and you have to occupy it within 60 days for conventional and FHA loans, okay? Now, you'll see here MTM, that stands for month to month, okay? Now, my second point is the appraiser is going to assess the current rental values. So you see current rent per month. He's also going to say, hey, here's the market rent per month, meaning what is the market, the comps, the comparables around the area, around the building that maybe this person could be charging. So as you can see, $4,700 is the market rent. $4,595 is the current monthly rent. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see what's paid by owner and paid by tenant. So it's really cool. They give you a deep dive. This is all part of the appraisal process, okay? Now, let's talk through the different loan programs that you have. So when you're buying a multifamily property, this is really important to establish what loan, what financing can you actually use. And then I'm going to get into the future rental income trick. You can do 5% down conventional. They're usually going to be a little bit more strict on credit. They want you to have 6 months reserves to qualify, and you can use future rental income. Better choice for 3 to 4 unit properties. If you are doing FHA, lower down payment, more flexible on credit and income, but they have a self-sufficiency test. I made a video about it. You can check it out in the description. It will kill 99% of 3 to 4 unit deals. So avoid FHA for those buildings if possible, okay? Now there's 3 caveats, 3 rules that underwriters have when qualifying you for future rental income to increase your purchasing power. The first one is if you have property management experience, meaning you own a home and you have at least 1 year rental property management experience, there's no restrictions on the amount, the gross and net rental income that you can use. If you have less than 1 year management experience and you own a home, then the maximum rental income can only offset the PITI. PITI means principal, interest, taxes, insurance. That's the mortgage payment, okay? So it won't give you extra income on top of your monthly income. It'll only cover the mortgage, which is still good. That can still help you qualify for more. The last and final scenario is if you have no housing payment or experience at all, literally you've never owned a home and you don't pay rent, then no income from the property can be used. So, hey, if you're making good money and you can qualify by yourself on the income that you have, great. But if you need this and you're not making enough income, What I would suggest is get a lease agreement or whatever you need. Start showing 12 months rent. So the middle ground is if you could show your last 12, you can show that you've made rental payments for the last 12 months via bank statements, Zelle, transactions, canceled checks, whatever the case might be. That's what you need to at least use some of the rental income to offset the mortgage so that you can qualify for more. Okay. Just know that you need to show it for 12 months and it needs to be the same rental value every month. Meaning if you're paying 1 month $1,600, the next month you're paying $1,800, then back to $1,600, that doesn't fly. It needs to be the same amount every month with a paper trail. Okay. Now, there are some key components that everybody misses. If you made it this far, congratulations. I really want to highlight this if you're looking to buying a multi-unit building this year, okay? For FHA properties, if you're buying a 2-unit with an FHA loan, then anyone, regardless of experience, can use 75% of future rental income. So even if you've never owned a home or you don't pay rent, you can still buy a 2-unit using this rule, okay? Some action items for you is let's look at your experience. We're going to gather documentation, calculate your DTI so you can see how much you qualify for and save for a down payment. And then the last thing I'll say, really, really important, it's the most overlooked thing, is that your credit score is really important here. If you don't know, you want to check, go on myfico.com. They have what's called a 245 model. It's the same credit score that lenders use. Switch it to that view and it'll give you your actual credit score. Next, consult with a lender. That's me. We'll give you some inside tips and I'll give you a lot of playbooks, guides, and cheat sheets that I've made to help you understand a little bit better on how to house hack and buy a 4-unit or 3-unit property. And then also plan for vacancies. That's why lenders ask for reserves, but it's also good for you. You want to have some money set aside in case tenants move out and you don't have anyone covering that mortgage payment for that month. So hope that helps. My name's Ben. If you have any more questions on that, or if you want a link to this guide, I'm actually going to put it in the description for free. You can access it. I think this is a powerful strategy. It's the quickest way right now to financial freedom through real estate. I've helped hundreds of clients go through this similar process. So if you have any questions, reach out to my team and we'll help you finance your next deal. Thank you.